Hey again and welcome back to a new video. I know many people like to do videos about the upcoming patch right after the patch notes are released, but I thought, well, why not change up things? So I thought maybe it's nice to also have a video on patch day to don't have to look up everything and just have a quick overview what we get in the upcoming patch. So there you go. First of all, I want to talk about the new champion, Betty La Bomba, the Bomb Queen. She is a damage champion having 2100 HP. Betty's primary fire is called Grenade Launcher and it's a blaster weapon. So she fires out a grenade which bounces off targets and explodes after 2 seconds. So it's a little bit similar to Dredge. It deals 510 damage in a small area, and if she managed to deal direct shots, she deals 550 damage. Her old fire is called Cluster Grenade, and you launch a grenade that creates additional secondary explosives based on the number of enemy targets hit. So the more enemies you hit, the more explosives you get. The initial explosion deals 250 damage in an area, and the secondary explosions deal 500 damage. Your ability 1 is called Hail of Bombs, and you send out a magazine shark full of explosives that spray upward and outward to land randomly in a large area around where it deploys. So you definitely can use it on point fights to pressure the enemy point tank, and each explosive deals 390 damage in a 20 unit radius. Let's talk about Betty's movement ability, Explosive Personality. Jump forwards and upwards at the same time, damaging and knocking back enemies caught behind or below you. You can use this ability up to 3 times, so similar to Andrew Dash, before it goes on cooldown. Each blast deals 300 damage to enemies. The ultimate ability is called Long Live the Queen. Summon the biggest bomb in your arsenal and hop on, gaining the ability to control your flight. Hitting an enemy will cause an explosion, dealing 1700 damage and knocking the enemy and you away from each other. Reactivate this ability or fire to send the rocket flying out in a straight line towards where you are looking. Her default legendary is called Fury Disposition. Explosive damage sets enemies on fire for 3% of their maximum HP every second for 1.5 seconds. Additional hits refresh the duration. This means all your damage out of your kit is basically explosive damage, so every damage you deal sets the enemy on fire for 3% of their maximum HP. Your level 2 unlock is called Controlled Fury. Reduce the range of hail of bombs by 50%, concentrating the explosions in a smaller area, and reduce the cooldown of hail of bombs by 2 seconds. Your last unlock, so your level 8 unlock, is called Gutter Bounce. Reduce the cooldown of Explosive Personality by 6%, but reduce your movement speed by 15% and decrease the effectiveness of your Explosive Personality. I don't want to talk about all her Lotto cards now, since it's really time consuming and this is something I want to do on stream. So if you want to join me, come by and join the stream on Wednesday when testing out Betty and looking into her Lotto cards and stuff. So what do you think about her so far? I definitely like that she does not seem as overpowered as the other champions we recently got. So I think her kit feels a little bit underwhelming. I wish her weapon would shoot a little bit faster, would deal a little bit more damage, and I don't like that you have a lot of explosions, so basically no hit scan at all. And she feels a little bit slow to me. I think she's more about point pressure or choke pressure than actually going in for 1v1. And it's really hard for Betty to actually win a 1v1. You have to use or sacrifice a lot of CDs to actually be able to win a 1v1. So I don't know, maybe we still have to figure out how to play her. We definitely have, but so far she feels a little bit underwhelming to me. So after talking about Betty and her kit, I want to talk about cosmetics in general. So what skins can we expect from the event pass? What other skins can you get? And what skins does Betty start with? Betty starts with 3 different skins, and for me they seem a little bit boring, so they only changed the colors about her basic or her default skin, so nothing too crazy, so nothing to compare to 7 or something like that. So the first skin everyone is able to get is Royal Explosive. You can purchase it for 60k gold or 300 crystals. The next skin everyone is more or less able to get is obviously the golden skin. And the last skin is the Queen of Diamonds, which is limited to the Season Pass. So once the Season Pass ended, you can't get the Queen of Diamonds skin anymore. Let's talk about the Event Pass. And this Event Pass is going to be a crossover pass with Monstercat. And we basically get skins referring to the artist. So your first unlock is Gigi McVie Sky. Your level 9 unlock is Justin O'Khan. Your level 20 unlock is VIP Justin O'Khan, and your last unlock, so your level 30 unlock, is VIP GG McCree Sky. Besides the Monstercat skins you can get through the event pass, you also can get some skins through Prime Gaming. So the first skin being available is Whipped Cream Cassie from April 4th to May 5th, and the second skin is Boss Fight Koga being available from May 5th to June 2nd. Also can get Pandemonium 7 being available in the Pandemonium chest, and you also get Crash King 47 through Trials of the Realm or Crash King 48 being available in the Bounty Store. I personally feel like we get a lot of good skins this time, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Betty skins, but I like the Monstercat skins and I also like the other skins we can get. So sadly we don't get any golden skins, but I guess that's fair, like getting a lot of good skins instead of some rushed gold skins. So if you want to see other cosmetics, so some avatars or sprays, you can look in the patch notes, I will link them in the description. Due to the changes to the item store in the beginning of the year, or to the changes to Cauterize, we've seen a lot of sustain and heal comms, so I guess we're all tired of this. This is really annoying, so they changing the timings or the scaling of Cauterize. So instead of 30 minutes to get full Cauterize, you now need 11 minutes to get full Cauterize. I'm personally not sure if it's enough. I guess we could decrease it even more, but I guess we have to see how it's working out, and let's hope we don't get destroyed by early heal comms or sustain comms anymore. Alright, let's talk about my favorite topic about every patch notes. I personally love to talk about balance, so let's talk about all the balance changes we will see in the upcoming patch. Cassie sees some changes to her Megaton card, so instead of applying a 250 knockback, you now apply a 175 knockback. To be honest, I don't even know why this card is still in the game. They should just remove the card. It's really annoying to play against. It's not working how it's intended or what the card description says. So I don't know. Everyone hates this card, and to be honest, they should just remove this card and not try to nerf it. Just take it out of the game and bring a new card in. Koga gets some buffs to his wall running abilities, so instead of 400 units he's now able to climb up to 525 units. I think we all can agree on binary star generals being really strong and being really annoying to play against, especially as a squishy is really rough to actually kill him. 1 because of the damage output itself, and 2 because of the self-sustain due to his life rip card, which still hasn't gotten nerfed, so they tried to nerf it, and his fire rate is now 0.5 seconds instead of 0.4 seconds. So we have to see how it's working out, if it's enough. I think they should start nerfing his life rip card and his self-sustain cards, but I guess that's a good start to actually try to nerf him, but in my opinion it probably wouldn't change much. X and Vivian also getting minor buffs. It's more like a quality of life change, so they reduced the screen check for both Magnum Fire and In Pursuit by 15%. So in the first place, I don't even know why you implement a screen check intentionally. It just doesn't feel satisfying, so I guess it's good that they nerf it or put down the screen check. So minor buffs, so maybe they get played a little bit more often, but in my opinion they should just remove all kind of screen check in the game. Octavia gets some nice buffs to her distortion field. So first of all, they increased the movement speed debuff from 10% to 15% when enemies being in your distortion field, and they also buffing one legendary being around your distortion field, so they're buffing asymmetrical warfare. They increased the healing from 100 to 125 per tick, and they also increased the damage ticks from 125 to 200. I think we all feel like it's really frustrating playing against a Ray and getting ulted, or the enemy getting ulted by Ray or Ray herself. So at 1 HP she just presses E, you still shoot at her, she still survives, and you're like, well yeah, that's frustrating. I don't want to play against this. So we see some nerfs to her ultimate. Instead of damage immunity, she now has 50% damage reduction when casting Vivify. Besides her ult changes, she also gets a slight nerf to her sigil, so to her weapon. She gets reduced damage from 450 to 435, and they also reduce the projectile speed from 275 to 250, so we have to see how it's working out. I'm not sure if I like those changes. I mean, I definitely like the ult changes, but I think her weapon was fine. I like the damage output she had, but maybe a lot of players felt like it's frustrating to play against, so I guess we have to see how it's working out, but in my opinion, the changes to her weapon weren't not really needed. 7 sees some nerfs to his mech dump, so instead of 475, he now deals 450 when using his mech dump. His ultimate gets buffed, which is pretty good in my opinion. I personally felt like it's really annoying to need that much time to actually mark an enemy, so now you need 50% less time. That means you, in theory, can mark twice as many enemies, which is pretty good, so you're able to fear more enemies, make a bigger impact for your team, and they also nerf his explosive dodge, which I personally really like. So instead of 15 seconds, your explosions are now deployed for 6 seconds, so it's not as annoying to play against, especially when he's playing his dodge roll legendary. And the last change is, or the last character being nerfed, is Tyra. Burn Monster does not apply a cripple effect anymore, and in my opinion that's pretty good. I personally would say it's affecting higher elo more than lower elo, because in lower elo people just die in Firebomb anyway. They don't try, or usually they don't tend to walk out of Firebomb, so you don't need the cripple. But in higher elo people know how to use their movement abilities efficiently, so it's definitely annoying to get crippled once you're in the Firebomb and trying to get out, because higher elo player know you don't want to stay in the fire since it applies damage, and it's not only damage, it's percentage based damage. So I guess it's a bigger buff to higher elo, but usually you wouldn't play Burn Monster. It's just when matchmaking does its thing and lower elo players play with higher elo. I don't know, I've been talking a lot about this, but I guess those changes are fine. It's affecting high elo more than lower elo. That's it for the balance changes. Alright, that's also it for the video. Let me know what you think about all the balance changes. Let me know what you think about Betty. Do you also agree that she feels a little bit underwhelming? Also, let me know what you think about the skins, if you want to talk about. I know there are a lot of people who actually like the skins or like to talk about skins. So let me know what you think. If you want me to test out or want to see me testing out Betty, if I'm able to actually get her, since it's probably love to get her on Patch Day, but join my Twitch, see me playing her, trying to get her, looking into her loadout cards, testing out other changes, etc. Follow me on Twitch, and also let me know what you think about the new concept that I put out the video when the patch goes live. So it's been like 4 weeks since the patch outs are out. I guess some people already forgot about all the changes. So let me know if you like the idea of putting out the video when the patch goes live. And thanks for watching. I hope you've had a nice day. And always remember, don't forget, you guys are awesome.